Hey there, Warriors diehards, let's get right into it. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on everything happening in Dub Nation. Tonight, we've got a rumor swirling around Chase Center that's sending shockwaves through the fanbase. Could the Golden State Warriors really be ready to part ways with sharpshooter Buddy Hield in favor of a rising Cavaliers superstar? The whisper started when a recent Sporting News report predicted the Warriors might cut ties with Hield to chase a $91 million Cleveland talent. But the implications go far deeper than a simple roster tweak. Picture this: Buddy Hield, the veteran marksman who exploded onto the scene with 11.1 points per game and a mind-blowing 9 three-pointers in a Game 7 win earlier this season, suddenly finds himself on the hot seat. It was only last July that he arrived in the Bay Area as part of a historic 6-team swap, instantly electrifying Chase Center with his record-breaking start. Yet despite early fireworks when he points off the bench in his debut, back-to-back 27-point nights, and that unforgettable Game 7 performance, questions about his long-term fit have been bubbling under the surface. Could this be the beginning of the end for Hield's run in royal blue and gold? Let's rewind to the playoff series against Minnesota, where Hield played in all 5 games, but shot just 6 of 20 in the final 2 matchups, averaging a modest 8 points while Steph Curry was sidelined. Fans noticed that without Curry's gravity drawing defenses out, Hield struggled to find open looks and couldn't replicate the floor spacing magic that defines Golden State's offense. Some insiders believe the inconsistency during crunch time, combined with the emergence of younger wings like Brandon Pajemski, has the front office reconsidering the allocation of minutes and dollars. Is it possible that the very roster move hailed as a coup last summer had become a liability as the team eyes another title push, adding fuel to the fire? Reports surfaced that Warriors executives have had preliminary conversations about engaging Cleveland in trade talks. The Cavs boast a burgeoning star under contract for several more seasons, someone who averaged over 20 points and nearly 7 assists this year and is fresh off signing a lucrative extension. Could this mean Golden State is a playmaker who can operate as both a secondary ball handler and a defensive disruptor in the backcourt? If true, this trade would not only reshape the lineup, but also signal a strategic shift toward more balanced attack formations that don't rely solely on deep shooting. Fans and pundits alike have been reacting in real time on social media. Dub Nation is split. Some shout that moving on from Hield's veteran savvy and sharpshooting would be a mistake, pointing to his record-setting playoff burst as proof of clutch potential. Others argue that the team's defensive rating dipped whenever Hield checked in, and that bolstering the roster with another two-way guard would patch defensive gaps against elite opponents. Legendary Warriors commentator voices have chimed in with hot takes, debating whether cutting Hield could create more open lanes for Draymond Green's playmaking or inadvertently disrupt the delicate chemistry forged by Kerr's squad over nearly a decade. History reminds us that mid-season roster overhauls carry risk. Remember the 2004 finals run, when the team added veteran scorers and lost cohesion at the worst possible moment? Or think back to the summer of 18, when chasing one superstar almost cost us our core identity. Some insiders warned that bringing in a high-usage Cavs guard could hamper the fluid ball movement that's been the Warriors' signature, forcing Curry and Thompson to adjust shot distributions and play off the ball more than they've ever had. 2. Could this strategic gamble backfire, leaving our spacing compromised and our defensive rotations off-kilter? Yet the potential upside is electrifying. Imagine pairing Steph's gravity with a Cavs playmaker who excels in pick-and-roll situations and thrives under pressure. Picture Draymond orchestrating the defense while that new guard locks down opposing backcourts, allowing Klay to operate freely in catch-and-shoot mode. Some insiders believe this combination could vault Golden State back to the top of the West, creating a lineup as unstoppable as any dynasty team we've seen. Is it possible that trading Hield's spot-up shooting for a more versatile two-way presence is the missing puzzle piece for another title run? As the rumor mill spins and front office phone lines buzz, the biggest question looms: what does this mean for Buddy Hield? Does parting ways with a veteran sharpshooter who's proved he can light it up in historic moments risk sending a message that performance under pressure doesn't guarantee job security? Or will the pursuit of that Cavs superstar demonstrate Golden State's relentless commitment to winning, even if it means cutting ties with a popular veteran? If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama. In royal blue and gold, picking up right where we left off, the chat around Buddy Hield's sudden fall from grace has reached a fever pitch. Word broke that the Warriors are seriously eyeing a blockbuster swap, with Cleveland's up-and-coming guard to replace Hield's veteran shooting. Now the real question is what unfolds next in the Bay Area. Imagine the scene in the locker room when Steve Kerr calls everyone in for an urgent huddle. The team has just learned that Hield, who dazzled us last season with a scorching 43.5% from three-point range and that electrifying Game 7 barrage, might be packing his bags sooner than anyone expected. Could this be the turning point of Golden State's title pursuit? Some insiders believe that moving on from Hield's spot-up prowess is the first step toward a more versatile backcourt that can lock down opposing guards and initiate offense off the bounce rather than simply rain down threes. With Curry, Thompson, and Wiggins already commanding the spotlight, adding a dynamic two-way Cavs guard would force a complete rotation rethink. We'd likely see Curry reclaim the primary playmaking role just as he averaged a sparkling 7.6 assists per game this past season, while our new acquisition shares ball-handling duties, alleviating pressure in late-game situations. Klay could migrate to an ultra-focused catch-and-shoot specialist role, with his 38.9% three-point clip ready to punish any defensive lapse. Meanwhile, Draymond's floor general instincts would flourish even more without the burden of toggling between multiple perimeter assignments. His monstrous season averages of 8.2 rebounds and 7.3 assists per game suggest he relished the opportunity to orchestrate a revamped scheme. Of course, youth is knocking on the door as well. Brandon Podziemski and Jonathan Kuminga would see their minutes recalibrated, possibly shifting into more high-leverage bench roles. To maintain spacing and energy, could this mean Chris Middleton's floor spacing successor emerges from our own draft haul? Fans are wondering if ramping up the development timeline for these youngsters could pay dividends, turning the bench into a lethal blend of shooting and athleticism that complements the revamped starting five. Beyond the hardwood, the ripple effects in the Western Conference would be immense. Opponents like the Suns and Lakers would need to recalibrate their scouting reports overnight. Pivotal matchups, think late-season West Coast back-to-back showdowns, would now feature a Warriors starting unit with an entirely new look and skill set. Is it possible that this overhaul propels Golden State back to the very summit? Or does tinkering with a core that has delivered multiple championships risk fracturing the chemistry that defined the dynasty? Social media has exploded with reaction. GIFs of Hield's historic shooting display juxtaposed against clip montages of the rumored Cavs guards' lockdown defense. Veteran analysts on X have speculated that Cleveland might demand multiple first-round swaps, plus a young rotation piece in return, echoing the very haul we discussed in Part 1. Magic Johnson even tweeted that any team willing to part with that much draft capital must be all in on immediate contention, a phrase that resonates deeply with a franchise built on chasing banners. Meanwhile, in local sports bars and living rooms from Oakland to Walnut Creek, conversations have turned to legacy. Do we stick with the sharpshooter who won us games? One fan asks, while another counters, we need grit and defense if we want to stop the juggernauts in this loaded West. It's the kind of passionate debate only Dub Nation can ignite, fueled by equal parts hope and healthy skepticism. Let's remember the numbers. Golden State finished the season ranked third in offensive efficiency and seventh in defensive rating. The argument for adding a high IQ two-way guard is compelling, particularly when you consider that during the playoffs, opponents shot nearly 2 percentage points better from deep. When Hield was on the floor, could swapping one three-point weapon for another guard who also closes out on shooters and initiates transition offense swing those margins in our favor when every possession matters most? Asterisk, but change isn't without its challenges. Integrating a new primary ball handler midseason could disrupt the pristine timing of handoffs, staggered screens, and pinch roll sets that Curry, Klay, and Draymond have mastered over countless reps. Every practice rep, every spontaneous read, and every instinctive cut has been sharpened in years of experience together. And suddenly inserting a new focal point requires recalibrating all of that on the fly. Imagine the choreography of a well-oiled pick-and-roll. Steph floats to the elbow, Draymond flashes to the screen, Klay drifts to the corner, and Buddy, our new guard, must read the defense, fill the correct spot, and react to multiple defensive rotations within a split second. A single misstep, a delayed slide on a weak side closeout, a half-beat hesitation on a flare screen, or a missed back cut can trigger a domino effect that leaves shooters open, rims unprotected, and coaches scrambling for adjustments. Some insiders warn that chemistry can be as fragile as spun glass. A seemingly minor miscommunication on a slip screen or a misread hedge could snowball into a quick 8-0 run by the opposition, shifting momentum in the blink of an eye. Off the court, the financial calculus is equally thorny. Buddy Hield's veteran minimum contract is a bargain compared to the multiple-year, multi-million-dollar deal we'd need to offer a young Cavs guard in a sign-and-trade scenario. To make salaries match, Golden State might have to orchestrate stretch provisions for expiring contracts, spreading cap hits over several seasons, and effectively mortgaging future flexibility for present gain. They could chase veteran buyouts, hoping role players like Otto Porter Jr. or Nemanja Bjelica agree to part ways. But those negotiations are never straightforward. Each buyout candidate has his own priorities, whether it's chasing a ring elsewhere, maximizing income, or securing guaranteed money. And then there's the possibility of a third-team salary dump, where another franchise agrees to absorb unwanted contracts in exchange for draft compensation or prospects. But convincing a partner to take on long-term salaries at the expense of their own cap space is no small feat. Every cap maneuver comes loaded with strings attached, from luxury tax penalties that could reach record heights to future draft restrictions. That handcuff roster construction, it's a testament to Kerr and Bob Myers' front office acumen that they'd have to thread this needle flawlessly, balancing immediate title aspiration against the team's ability to reload and remain championship viable in years to come. Yet, the allure of transformation remains potent. Picture a pivotal playoff Game 5, down by 2 with just seconds on the clock. The arena is deafening as Curry dribbles at the top, surveying the defense with icy composure. Then, instead of the usual handoff to Draymond or a kick out to Clay, he threads a laser pass to our new guard, who fakes a drive, steps back behind the arc, and launches a dagger that snaps the shot clock with tenths of a second to spare. The ball swishes through the net amid a crescendo of noise, and the entire Chase Center erupts in a tidal wave of joy. That split-second moment, born from perfectly executed timing and unwavering confidence, captures the essence of what this gamble could deliver: a breathtaking marriage of surgical precision and raw athleticism that few teams can withstand. But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Warriors supporter, I believe that while Buddy Hield has given us unforgettable moments, our championship window demands nothing short of calculated risk-taking, and if bringing in a proven two-way guard elevates our title odds, it might just be worth hard conversations. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. So now, as the season heats up, what do you believe will define Golden State's destiny, embracing bold roster reinvention or doubling down on the trusted chemistry of our championship core? Personally, as a die-hard Warriors supporter, I believe that while loyalty to proven veterans is admirable, championship windows wait for no team, and calculated risk-taking is the lifeblood of dynasties. If swapping Buddy Hield for a dynamic two-way playmaker elevates our ceiling, then it's a gamble worth taking. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.